Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. We have seen Karma Yoga according to Bhagavad-Gita. So, Karma Yoga is expression of happiness through us, through action, through speech and through thoughts. For that we must have control over our mind. About our mind we all have the same approach, and the approach is we only complain about the mind. No, it is okay what you tell during the lecture, it is very easy, but after the lecture is over, again we come. Complaining has become our second nature. So just learn from your own experience. Morning at 7 o'clock we take a cup of tea and few biscuits, yes. But again at 10 o'clock we feel hungry. What should we do? Eat something. Thank you, Sri. But again at 12:30 or 1 o'clock we feel hungry. What should we do? Take lunch. Oh, so thank you very much. But after that again at 5 o'clock we feel hungry. What should we do? Come on. Take high tea. Oh, thank you so much. But again at 8 o'clock we feel hungry. What should we do? Arey Mama, take dinner. Don't scold like that. I am asking my difficulties. Okay. What more? But this is not the story of one day, every day. This is a Malayali translation. Malayalis don't say every day, every day. See? Then every day you do the same thing. Exactly the same way. Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nischalatatvam, nischalatatve jivan mukti, bhaja govindam, bhaja govindam. You can avoid or bypass anything in your life. You should never bypass satsanga. Satsanga alone keeps us on the right track. All the problems are only in the mind. There are no problems in the world. There are no problems for the body. There are problems only in the mind. Mind is a mine of problems. It can create problems. See? We keep on imagining. I am going, suppose something happens. What will happen? You will die. How can you say so easily? Actually, it is easy to die than to live. Try. See? Complaining is not the way if you are walking spiritual path. See? And therefore, in the Patanjali, the Ashtanga Yoga and Bhagavan Krishna's Yoga, let us try to understand what exactly is meant. See? Patanjali Maharshi talks the 8 limbs of yoga. See, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. 8 of them. Now, normally what is understood by majority of the people and practice also propagated throughout the world, you go to all the yoga studios. Only various kinds of yoga gadgets, because yoga is the industry. You see, yoga gadgets, then these bricks and the mattresses and then the malas and old dilapidated pictures. And this is a very great one imported from India, manufactured in UK. See? And then it becomes a business. See? And what is taught there? Only asanas. I'll tell you one of my experience how it is wrongly practiced. This happened in Stuttgart, in Germany, many years before. When I went there, first day went okay, second day okay. Third day, my host, she was little down. And I asked, I said, Mama, is there any problem because of me? Swamiji, why you ask this question? I said, I am sorry if I ask a wrong question. No, you have asked a right question. I am down today. But how do you understand? I said, this is my yogic secret. I will not tell you. And then she started her problem. I was the first to bring yoga in Germany. And then I came to this country, started a yoga studio. We had 20 students. After the course was over, I gave them certificates. They went and they started their studios. So, it became 20 more studios. They completed their course, they gave certificates, they became another 20 studios. Now the condition here is, there are more teachers, no students. Now how to sustain this yoga studio? Tell me. I asked, where did you learn yoga? In India. I said, how many years course? Years? No. Then we had a 6 weeks course. In 6 weeks, what you have studied? We used to have 3 lectures or 3 sessions per week. And 6 weeks. So 18 sessions. And you become a yoga teacher. Now what is this? And therefore, we say, oh, yoga doesn't help. See, friends, Yama first. How do we live in this world? In such a manner we should live that the world is not taken as a problem and we do not become a problem for the world. This is Yama sadhana. How simple it is, impossible without this to live happily. See, Yama. Ahimsa satya asteya aparigra brahmacharya. And if we are constantly fighting with everything and everybody, where are we going? Therefore, unless we take the first step, second step will be not possible. Second step is niyama sadhana. Niyama is, we are the biggest problem for ourselves. See? And to get out of it, the teacher tells, Shaucha Santosha Tapaswadhyaya Ishvara Pranidhanani. Shaucha, external cleanliness. If you keep your surroundings clean, you will spend a lot of time in that. See? Internal purity of mind. Shaucha. Then Santosha. Be content with what we have. Contentment is the highest achievement in life. See? Patanjali says, Santoshad anuttama sukha labha. If you are content, you have achieved the highest happiness in life. See, friends. There is one girl, she was working with me. Now I closed the trust, so there is nobody. So I have learned from that girl. Comes from a very simple family, hand to mouth. And when one day we decided to increase her salary. And her salary was not very big. She was getting hardly 7,000 rupees per month. So, seeing the load of the work, alone working, with all managing the books and typing and keeping the accounts, everything she was doing single-handed. So we decided to give her a rise. So I said, hey, tomorrow, next month onwards, you will be getting 10,000 per month. She started crying, Swamiji, no, don't give me money. I don't want. You are doing so much of work. You need money. This is enough for me. See? Santosha. If we get one increment, we want to jump out of the house. Contentment is the highest bliss in life. See? Shaucha Santosha. Then we are not a problem for ourselves. Then tapas. Tapas is invocation of two positive qualities in us which are dormant at present. One quality is we lack self-confidence. How can I do? Why you can't do? We can, we should, we must. Why not? And to practice this, whatever knowledge we have, we must practice in life. Then only the self-confidence goes up. Like we have learnt in our school, early to bed and early to rise is the way to be healthy, wealthy and wise. Who of us do not know that going to sleep early and waking up early is good? All of us know. But do we practice this? Late to bed and late to rise is the way to be unhealthy and otherwise. And then we complain, say, I want to do, but I just can't. You can. Why not? Increase your self-confidence. Self-confidence, Sanskrit, is called Atma Vishwas. Atma and Paramatma are one. Therefore, Atma Vishwas is Paramatma Vishwas. Devotion to God is self-confidence in your heart. Simply crying, Krishna, 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 I can't do, I can't do. He doesn't listen, he told me. Crying people, he doesn't listen. Constantly begging? No. Discover your self-confidence. That is tapas. Because what is tapasya, we understand. Stand on one leg and hands up, and then take the mala in the hand and start chanting Om Trambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushti Vardhanam. Why? Mahatapasvi. No. Discover self-confidence. You can. For that, try simple things. Whatever you like the most in your food. Suppose you like sweets. Why suppose? Suppose you like sweets. Now decide for yourself. For 1 month you are not going to eat sweet. From that moment onward, beautiful dishes will start coming in front of you and teasing you. And then we look here and there. See? Can't we dictate our mind? The mind is dictating us. And once you do this, you see what happens. Suppose you have decided you are not going to eat sweets for 1 month and really don't eat. First 2-3 days you will have trouble. After that, you can smoothly sail through. And after 1 month, then you will discover you can. See, I tell you how I learned. I told you my whole life is learning. I was never eating any sweets. But I used to take my black tea. I can take any number of black tea in a day. And every time I used to add 2-3 teaspoonfuls of sugar. And I went to one of my friends in South Africa, and they were told, Swamiji doesn't take sweets, he doesn't take anything made out of milk, blah, blah, blah. He takes only tea. So, the moment she gave me tea, I said, sugar, now, get sugar. Then I used to add 2-3 teaspoons. She watched me one day. She said, Swamiji, if I tell you something, will you mind? I said, that depends on what you tell me. If you ask me to marry me, I'll say no. No, actually, you don't eat sweets. I said, yes, I don't eat sweets. But in your tea, you take 3 teaspoons of sugar. Yes. In a day, you take at least 5-6 times. How many teaspoons of sugar you take? 15-16 spoons. How much sugar it is? And you take, I don't eat sweets. I said, Mama, what you are telling is true. It never clicked me. No, I don't mean that. But what you can do, you can start eating sweets, but don't add sugar in your tea. Then it is okay. I said, okay, from now onward, no sugar in the tea. No, don't do. Slowly, you reduce from 3, you make 2, 2, 2. I said, no, this can never work. You have to have this way or that way. Nayam atma balahinena labhya. A weakling cannot walk the spiritual path. Then, no means no. From that moment, I stopped. No sugar in the tea. First 2-3 days, Tongue Maharani started complaining. Who cares? After 3 days, no problem. Unless we discover self-confidence, you cannot walk the spiritual path. Second thing, tapas means what? We have to discover independence. We are dependent on so many things and beings. See? Anything should not make us dependent on. Particularly the food habits. See? There are some people who like, for example, pickles. And if they don't get pickle, they can't eat food. See? Some of the people, they like sweets after the lunch or dinner. If there is no sweet there, give me some sugar. But they want some sweet. How much dependence? Discover independence. Mahabharatkar says, Sarvam paravasham dukkham, sarvam atmavasham sukham, etad vidyat samasena lakshanam sukha dukkhayo. Joy and sorrows are nothing but dependence is misery and independence is joy. That is tapas. So, shaucha, santosha, tapas. Then, swadhyaya. Swadhyaya is every day we must spend at least 1 to 2 hours for listening to satsanga and studying Bhagavad-Gita. No compromise on this. Swadhyaya. About this I tell you one experience. There was one man, young, he must be in his late 20s or early 30s. One day he called me. I was in Mumbai that time. And he said, Swamiji, I am so and so, I want to meet you. I said, come right now. He said, no, I cannot come now. Then come whenever you want. See, I cannot come today because I am not in Mumbai, I am in Bangalore. I said, when I come to Bangalore, then you meet me. No, I want to meet you. I said, then you come the way you want. Next day he took the morning flight and came to meet me. After satsang, he was talking to me. He said, Swamiji, I have come to thank you. I said, you could have said on phone only, it's enough. Why did you waste money? He said, no, it is not that simple thank. I said, do I have to pay for that? He said, no, I am afraid I can take money, I cannot give money. So he said, I was such a terrible monster in my own house. My wife, my children, my mother, my business people, my servants in the business, everybody was fed up of me because I was a Rakshasa, terribly angry, shouting. That I was. But then I heard one of your lecture. In Bhajagovindam it is said, Bhagavad-Gita kinchitadhita ganga jalalava kanika pita sakrutapi yena murari samarcham kriyate tasya yamena na charcha Bhajagovindam. When I heard your talk on this verse, you have explained how to study Gita. I followed it in letter and spirit. It took me 3 years. But now I say with confidence that I am completely metamorphosed. I am not the earlier one. So I don't know how to thank you. Then, what was the scheme that I told him? Number 1, every day read 1 chapter of Gita. Don't read the same chapter every day. No. Every day new chapter. Read loudly in Sanskrit. You will have to put efforts. 1 chapter, 2nd chapter, 3rd. After 18 chapters are over, again go back to 1st chapter. This should continue as a routine of the day. Number 2, After that is done, then start from the first chapter. Read the first verse and take the commentary. I'll suggest you the commentary is in Hindi as well as English, published by Gita Press, and it is written by Swami Ram Sukdaji Maharaj, one of the best commentaries for everyone. Exhaustively explain all aspects. Then read one verse, Sanskrit verse, read that commentary. After that, close the book, take your own copy, write the first verse in Sanskrit by your hand. Dhritarashtra Vacho. Dhru, aisa. Write with your own hand. And thereafter, whatever you have understood, then you write your understanding on that verse. Slowly continue. It will take 700 days for you to continue this exercise. After that, you will have your own commentary written on Bhagavad-Gita. For God's sake, don't publish it. Because when you will again go back to read it, you will come to know it is so horrible. But one thing will happen, your fear about studying Bhagavad-Gita will vanish. We interact with the same useless pillow every day. We become so attracted, loving that pillow. If we do the same thing with Bhagavad-Gita, you will discover love for Bhagavad-Gita. Whenever you do anything out of love, it will remain throughout life. See, friends, we have to work on ourselves. Nobody can do it for us. It is not going and telling the Panditji, Panditji, kindly do Mrityunjay Mahamantra Japa for my health. Panditji will say, Dakshina, you people are greedy, yaar. What Dakshina? Take it, ₹100. See, we give him little money. And he is also same like us. So the moment you turn, he said, Babaji, jab ho gaya. So quickly, ₹100 में ऐसे ही होता है. See, friends, spiritual practice is not a proxy. These three principles remember in life. We have to live our life, we have to die our death, we have to practice our own spiritual life. Nobody can do it for us. See? So, we take up this, right, and then slowly, change will start coming in us. And be attentive. The change will come in us. We will not know. People around us will start knowing. Because the change is expressed through action, words, everything. Therefore, when we are talking about Bhagavad-Gita and the Yoga Marga, this is the first step. Study Bhagavad-Gita. And thereafter, we come to the 6th chapter. In the 6th chapter, Bhagavan Krishna tells two ways. First, he tells, if you want to walk the spiritual path, you must get out of the three enemies that we all harbor in our heart. The three enemies are Alasya, Nidra, Pramad. Alasya, laziness. What is laziness? आज करे सो कल करे सो परसों भी क्या करना, जीना है अब बरसों. Postponement, procrastination. No. See? Alasya. Then Nidra. All the time in a sleepy mode. See? Not living in alert mode. All the time lazy, sleepy. We sleep two ways. One sleep is the healthy sleep. Other sleep is the unhealthy sleep. What is the unhealthy sleep? Nobody has any problem to get out of sleep. We all have problem to get out of bed. The lag period between going out, getting out of the sleep and getting out of the bed, that lag period is the most destructive time of our life. See, we all have to understand this. When we charge our phone at night, it gets fully charged. In the same manner, when we sleep at night, we are connected with the divine. Therefore, when we get out of the sleep, we are fresh. But then, because of the old habit, we again, it is only 5 o'clock, another 2 minutes. And then we wake up another 1 or 2 hours after, and then we were tossing on the bed, not sleeping, not waking. There is a term for that in English. It's called as wool gathering. We keep on unnecessarily thinking, and all kinds of dreams come here and there, and all the energy that we were charged with is discharged in that lag period. And when we get up, I am tired. Why? Tired of sleeping. Look. See, friends. Now, these things we have to do on ourselves. See, alasya nidra. On the contrary, if you read Upanishad, Mundaka Upanishad, there it is clearly mentioned, which is attributed to Swami Vivekananda. Uttishtata jagrata prapya varan nibodhata kshurasya dhara nishita durutteya durgam patastat kavayo vadanti. It is said, first of all, get out of the bed and then wake up. It is not said the other way. Ki wake up and then get up. You wake up but don't get out of the bed. Problem is not waking up. Problem is getting out of the bed. Nidra. So alasya, laziness. Nidra, unhealthy sleep. What is the healthy sleep? If your sleep is healthy, you wake up, you are fresh. Not carrying the load all the time. No. So alasya nidra and then pramad. Pramada is one of the worst enemy we all harbor in our heart. Pramada is our ability to repeat the same mistake again and again. Same mistake we do again 100 times. What is the mistake we do every time? Think ourselves to be body. We know very clearly that what we love is the source of misery for us. See? Be with everybody, but don't get entangled with anybody in this world. And because we are not able to understand this, then we become miserable. Jaane kahan gaye wo din. I was in Bombay, some marriage I was attending. That is the only day I am in marriages. Rest of the day they suffer. That is the secret of my happiness. One person asked me this question. What is the secret of your happiness? I said, I attend all the marriages. That is the only time they are happy. Thereafter they continue, but I go for the second marriage. My happiness is maintained. So I went for one marriage. And after the cinema over, stand there and then photography in all dumb. Then I came and took my food and sat comfortably eating. My interest is only food. That time one old lady came. Swamiji, what are you doing? I said, I am playing cricket, Amma. Then you see somebody sitting and eating food, you ask, what are you doing? What can you reply? No, not like that. Have you seen them? I said, yes, I have seen them. How do you like? I said, I wish I was that boy, could get married to that girl. Somebody, will you talk something straight? I said, as is the question, so is the answer. You know what is happening to me? I said, I don't know. I don't want to know. Why should I worry about your problem? You suffer. I don't want to. No, actually, I want to tell you. I said, okay, I am ready to suffer. I am remembering. I said, what are you remembering? Your childhood when you got married? No. If my daughter was alive, she would have married this time. Oh, did she die yesterday? No, she died when she was 6 months. So 6 months child died. Now that time pass is 27 years. And you are carrying that burden of your past on your head. Who can help you? Friends, do not talk about your past. Particularly your miseries. See, our great saint from Maharashtra, what is his name? Samartha Ramdas Swami. He writes, Jagi sarva sukhi asakona hai. Who is in this world? Who is only happiness? No. Everybody has miseries. See, you see us here sitting and giving lectures. But what we have gone through, you do not know. When you put on our shoes, then you will know where it pinches. See, friends, there is none in this world who has no problems in life except the dead body. Therefore, don't bring out your problems in the world. The world is sufficiently full of problems. And this mistake we do. Therefore, the more miserable we are, stronger is our ego. Less miserable we are, lesser is our ego. God has no ego, therefore He is Paramananda. And how the ego functions? Two ways. Seeking constant attention and sympathy. You must be having dogs in your houses. Thank God my host and Jill doesn't have dogs. I don't like dogs, I like God. So you go to your house and the dog is trained. When you come home, then he will climb on you and do whitewash and complete his organic salt requirement. And if you don't give attention, you start barking, wow, wow, wow. Want attention. See, friends, therefore, these three enemies, we have to get out of it. And it is for this purpose, Bhagavan says in 6th chapter, instead of going through the tortures of the yoga, Shucho deshe pratisthapya sthiramasana atmanaha natyuchritam nati nicham chailajana kushottaram tatraikagram manakrutva. So many things. First of all, asana should be like this. One old man told me this story. Swamiji, once you told this thing, since that day I stopped meditation. I say, why, what happened? You told grass, above that animal skin, above that a towel. I have got the grass, I have got the towel. I don't have the animal skin. So I have stopped doing meditation. See. Another thing, the fashion of yoga. Like our terrorists, they go AK-47 with their shoulder, and they say yoga, wherever they go. Only externalities, it has nothing to do. It is not for you and me. See? Then what is for us? Again Bhagavan says, Yukta hara viharasya, yukta cheshtasya karmasu. Maintain balance in life. How much we talk, how much we don't talk, how much we eat, how much we don't eat, how much we do exercise, how much we don't do exercise, how much we sleep, how much we don't sleep. Maintain a perfect balance. Bhagavad-Gita was told to Arjuna, who was a married person. Therefore, don't overdo. And when you are thus doing yukta hara viharasya, then your mind will remain easily equanimous. And then the definition of yoga is given according to Bhagavan Krishna. It is maintain the equanimity of mind. How to maintain equanimity of mind? Now this is a very subtle point I tell you. Be attentive. We find out some common factor and then we become friends. See? Like suppose we go to some place. Once I went to, which place? Finland probably. Finland I went. And I was going with my friend. And one person saw me and he came and started talking in Hindi to me. So I spoke to him. Then naturally, where are you, this and all that thing. I said, why you spoke to me? I asked him. He said, Swamiji, after so many years I have seen an Indian. I am so happy to see you. He doesn't know who am I. Because some common factor was discovered. So when we are able to discover a common factor, love is natural. Be very attentive. That natural love is equanimity. Now take another example. What is the reason that the mother or the father love their child? Because the mother sees herself reflected in the child. When the child is hungry, the mother feels the hunger. When the child is unhealthy, the mother feels the unhealthy experience. Because the child is nothing but my own extension. But the same lady, if it is somebody else's child, she becomes a philosopher. These days, these parents don't take care of the children. Why? Because she is not my child. In short, if we are able to discover a common denominator in all of us, love is natural. Love is not an action. Love is not an effort. Love is an experience. See, friends. And therefore, Bhagavan says, discover some common factor. Now, how to practice that? According to him, Atmaupamena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna. He who is able to look upon the world and the people as he looks upon himself. How we look upon ourselves? When I am happy, I want to share my happiness with everybody. So when we get married, we prepare a list. And whom to call, and very long list. But Corona is telling only 25 people. But what to do? Then, and then we select. Which we select? Those who are very dear to us. And then marriage has happened because it was the happiest occasion, the only happiest occasion in my life. Therefore, I called everybody so I can distribute my happiness. Be attentive. Happiness increases when you share. See? Then I come to know I had done a wrong thing. I should not have married her. Then, anyway, I'll divorce. Then, if I decided to divorce, again, bring that list. And those people who were invited for the marriage, they are again invited. We are happy to inform you that we are going to divorce. Please come together. No. So, when I am suffering, I want a sympathy, a word of consolation. And when I am happy, I want to spread my happiness. If this is with us, Atmaupamena sarvatra samam pashyati Arjuna. In the same manner, he who is able to be happy in the happiness of others, and he who is able to share love, affection, understanding in the miserable periods of others, sa yogi paramo mataha, he is the real yogi. Now see, none of the asanas are maintained, none of the pranayama is maintained. Yogi is the one who is able to merge in the totality. See, friends, when this is said, like us, Arjuna also said. He said, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balavadrudam tasyaham nigraham manne vayoriva sadushkaram. Oh Lord, it is easy for you to say, control the mind and keep the equanimity of the mind. But Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balavadrudam. He says, hey Krishna, my mind has got these 4 problems. First, Chanchalam hi manaha. Mind is extremely disturbed. 1 minute it cannot remain in one place. Constantly running here and like a monkey. There is one composition where the meaning is like this. There was a monkey. Then he has taken the liquor some kind of whiskey, etc. So first he is monkey, then he has taken the liquor, 2. Then in that he was bitten by a scorpion. How comfortable that monkey will be? Our mind is like that. So, chanchalam hi mana Krishna. The mind is extremely disturbed all the time, can't keep quiet. Chanchalam mana. Pramathi. Mind is not only disturbed itself, but it goes on disturbing all the sense organs, organs of action. See, you must have seen, I'll tell you one of my experience. I was going from Heathrow to Mumbai, and that was the time probably after 9/11. So the flight was almost empty. So I went and occupied a seat on the aisle side in the center. So I can lift the arms and sleep. That was my plan. So when I was praying, let nobody come the other side, and one huge structure came and landed. I said, now my sleep program cancelled. And when the flight took, I was feeling as if we are running on speed breakers. Cut. I said, yahan speed breaker kahan se aa gaya? Then I watched here and there. So the man sitting on the last seat, he was moving his legs so violently. I said, do you want to run faster or what? He is unaware that he is moving his legs because he is not at peace with himself. Nervous people have these signs. They keep on moving something, or they keep on eating the nails. One child was eating nails too much. The mother was fed up. And then she heard Ramdev Baba. And then she said, okay, I will send my son to go to yoga. He can avoid eating nails, because yogis have got this notion. Everything can be cured by yoga. So she sent the child for the yoga classes. Do asana, you will not eat hand nails. The child came after yoga training, and then he started eating the toenails, because now he can take his hand. Where we are getting lost in this world. Pramathi. When our mind is disturbed, we can't be quiet. Do something or the other, Pramathi. Then Balavat is so powerful that all our resolutions are destroyed. So Pramathi, Balavat. And the last is Trudham, very obstinate. You cannot fight with your mind. And therefore, friends, according to Bhagavad-Gita, if you really want, Bhagavan Krishna says, Chanchalam hi mana Krishna hai. When Arjuna told, Bhagavan says, yes, you are right. But abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha gruyate. This is from the Patanjali Yoga Darshan, same. Abhyasa vairagya abhyam tan nirodha. So here Bhagavan says, abhyasena tu kaunteya. Hey Kunti Putra, hey Arjun, if you practice, you can achieve. Don't give up. See, the only example I feel fit for this, how we should continue to practice, never give up, is a child learning how to walk. See, imagine a child started learning how to walk, first step he took and he fell down. And therefore he came to a conclusion, I don't think I can walk. Will he ever be able to walk in his life? He falls 10 times, gets up. He discovers his own techniques. Sometime holding the curtain, sometime holding the tablecloth on the dining table, sometime anything. And somehow or the other, he learns and keeps walking. See, friends, how important it is. Abhyasena tu kaunteya. Abhyasa must be done. In the Vyasa Bhashya, Bhagwan Vyasji writes on this Yoga Sutra very beautifully. He says, Abhyasa means what? We have to practice it with the following qualities. We must have respect and reverence for whatever we are doing. Abhyasa. whenever you have respect and reverence, you are 100% available. When we don't have respect and reverence, we will never be available fully. Take an example. Two persons go to a temple. One person is a great devotee. Another person was just following, only for taking the photographs, not knowing anything about that God or anything. So when these two people go and they come back, the one who had devotion and surrender, his experience will be different. And the one who only went just to see what it is like, he can never be benefited. Exactly the same way. When we are practicing control over the mind, we should be fully convinced highest achievement in human life is control over mind. He who has controlled the mind, he has controlled the whole universe. Our condition is, our mind is not under our control. Our children are the same character. Their mind is not under their control. Now I, the one whose mind is not under my control, with that mind I want to control the child whose mind is not under his control. So two uncontrolled people trying to control each other, can there be a better joke than this? Now why the kids don't listen to us? This is the reason. It comes in the life of Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. One lady went to Bhagavan Ramakrishna Paramahamsa with her son and told, Maharaj, kindly tell my son he eats too much of sweets. He doesn't listen to me. You tell. So their great master said, okay, come next Sunday. He made her come 3-4 Sundays. 5th Sunday he told. And the child agreed, okay, I will not eat. And he stopped eating. Now the mother got angry. When the child went out, she said, if you have to only tell this much, don't eat sweets. Why didn't you tell on the first day? You made me come 4-5 times. Then the great master told, before I tell the child, don't eat sweets, I must abstain from eating sweets at least for 1 week. Then my words will carry meaning. Why our words are not respected by the world? Because they don't carry the meaning. Words without meaning are noise. While I am talking to you, in between suppose I say, and therefore friend, what you will say? What is this funny noise Swami is making? Because it has no meaning. In the same manner, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. What is the meaning of Om? I don't know. Namaha, I don't know. Shivaya, I don't know. What I am doing? Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Words without meaning has no impact. Why our children don't listen to us? Only because of this. Our words don't carry the meaning. See, friends, therefore, abhyasena tu kaunteya. And this abhyasa, practice we will be able to do, controlling the mind, with the first principle, we must recognize the value of a cool, quiet, undisturbed, equanimous mind. If there is something highest in world, is our peace of mind. See, more than where you are, wherever you are, how you are is important. There are rich people. Among them, you see two types of people. Some of them are happy, some are miserable. Very poor people in their hutments, there also you get two types of people, happy as well as miserable. So more than where you are, what is important is wherever you are, how are you? Are you at peace with yourself or not? A person who is not at peace with himself or herself cannot be at peace with the world. See, friends, this is Gita Yoga. See? And when this was understood by Arjuna, he asked a question. No, what you are telling is true. Controlling the mind and then attainment of equanimity, not getting disturbed by anything. Okay, but suppose somebody is trying that. And without attainment of the perfect equanimity, he dies. So, he gives example. Like the clouds come in the sky from nowhere and they get disintegrated reaching nowhere. In the same manner, this man, he started his yoga, spiritual practice, and therefore he has withdrawn from the worldly enjoyments and he has not reached there also. Therefore, na ghar ke na ghat ke. What happens to him? See? Now here Bhagavan Krishna tells, see, nahi kalyana krut kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. My dear friend, goodness never goes waste. It's so important to understand. Suppose I have done goodness to Mr. X. He may not be good to me, but the goodness which was done, it will never remain unattended in the God's creation. See, friends, it is so simple. See, I move everywhere, and one of my friend asked me, Swamiji, you go everywhere. What about your transport going from here or there? I said, I don't do it. My Kanhaiya is doing it. What Kanhaiya bring? Then I told, look here. There was a great master from whom I have learnt a lot. Once somebody asked him that, should we give one car to Swamiji so he can move around and do his work? So he said, no. So the person who was the social worker kept quiet. Then the great master said, do I have a car? No, you don't have a car. Don't worry about him. Cars will come and stand for him wherever he goes throughout the world. Not for a day or two. 40 years. This is the experience. See. Therefore, nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tada gacchati. Be good. Don't do good. If you do good, you will count it. See, I have done so much for my children, but now children don't listen to me. Who asked you? Doing good to the children is not an obligation. It is an opportunity, friends. The real parenthood is encashed when your children are up to the age of 19, up to the age of 6 or 7, love, hug, fondle, do everything with them. Then 7 to 13, discipline. 13 to 19, ambition, goal, achievement, success, competition. And the day when your shoes disappear, because your shoes were put on by your son and he went away and you have to put on his old shoes. Now he is no more your son. He is your friend. Be friendly with your kids. Those parents who are not friendly with their kids, such kids have to go and search friends outside. And then we complain, these days children are not respecting. What is there to respect in us? See, these are the things which we have to learn. Therefore, nahi kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tada gacchati. Then what happens? Such a person who has done the yoga abhyas sincerely, practically, and yet on the way he collapsed. What happens to him? Be attentive. Bhagavan says, Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Vrashto Bijayate Athava Yoginameva Kule Bhavati Dhimatam Etadhi Durlabhataram Janma Yadi Drusham. See, Bhagavan says, he who has practiced this, in the next life, he is born in pure and rich families because of his practice of yoga. See, friends, in this world things are not happening haphazardly. See, there was one person working as a watchman or a servant in my friend's factory. In Mumbai it happened. And he was there right from childhood. When he was about 12-15 years, since then he was working in their house. As first of all, a boy cleaning the house, getting the vegetable, and all kinds of things he was doing. Now slowly he grew up, he got married, then he had children, and yet he was working in my friend's house. And then one day he started complaining, he told me, Swamiji, you tell Babuji, he doesn't understand anything. I said, what should I tell? I am working with him for last 20 years. And he is giving me only 10,000 rupees per month. And that boy who came yesterday, he is given 2 lakhs of rupees per month. So many years I have wasted. I said, who is that boy? They call him something like software. So he was comparing the software engineer's salary with his salary because I have worked for so many years. Apne awqat pehchano. See, friends, therefore, we should not have that notion. If somebody is born in a rich family, it is not accident. In their earlier life, they have lived a good life. See. But after having come in this life, again they can fall. And again go back to the dogs. Another example I'll tell you about this. This happened in Switzerland. I was with my friend, his wife and 2 kids like this. So we went and sat in a restaurant for our something to eat. So the mother, father went and saw what are the things available. I was sitting with the 2 kids, both girls. One was 10 years, one was 7 years. That time on another table, one must be Swiss lady, she came. A short skirt or whatever they call. She took out her purse. And from that purse she took out a live dog, small, so cute. He was having a bow and nice clothes and he was sitting. You are going to sit here, baby. Mummy is going to get something for you. And she went. And that dumb dog sitting there. See? So these girls asked me this question. Swamiji, what these dogs must have done in the last life that they are in such a comfortable way? I said, they must be, this particular jiva must be a great dharmatma, must have done lot of charity, lot of good work, but he must have been attached to a dog. All the time, talking, thinking about dog. And therefore, at the time of death, okay, everything is over, but who will look after my death? Who will look after my dog? Oh! Next life, Bhagavad-Gita tells, see, yam vapi smaran bhavam tejatyante kalevaram tat tame vaiti kaunteya tat bhavam ashrita. Whatever is the last thought of our life, that is the blueprint given to the manufacturer, and house is constructed for us. So that person must have done lot of punya karma, yoga, etc. But he was hooked up with a dog, and therefore he gets all the comforts living with such a lovely lady in a nice purse, don't have to go for food here and there, and so comfortable. But dog. See, friends. So I don't know whether you get the message or not. Don't get lost in that. See, my friends, therefore, when you practice this yoga abhyas, it will not go waste. Or Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe, or Athava yoginam eva kule bhavati dhimatam, or such great seekers of truth, they are born in holy families of great masters. Right from childhood, whatever they had left in the last life, they continue from there onwards. Be attentive. Last thought for this talk. The body which is given to us by our parents is subject to destruction and death. But when a seeker is born, the seeker never dies. How important it is. So live as a seeker, not as a body. It's going to die one day. Seek something higher. First day I told you, the only purpose of human life is spiritual evolution. All other things can wait, should wait, must wait. But spiritual evolution is the primary. All other things are okay in their own place, but not at the cost of spiritual life. Once we understand this, then we have understood Gita Yoga or the Atma Samyama Yogo Nam. Tapasvidhyo diko yogi, karmibhyascha diko mataha, jnanibhyascha diko yodi, tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. Therefore, Bhagavan says, discipline your life in such a manner that your mind is available to you. When the mind is available to you, then you can apply it somewhere. In one house I went, and they had a child. Now the parents telling, Beta, Swamiji has come, do namaskar. Now the child was Vivekananda. I will not do. No, Beta, do namaskar. But they both parents, they are standing like the electric post. They will not bend. And telling the child, do namaskar. When the child doesn't listen to you, can you discipline him? In the same manner, our mind doesn't listen to us. And such a indisciplined mind, we want to apply for japa. How much japa I have to do? See? Therefore, work on the mind. And the goal of the mind is that you are at peace with yourself. Nothing in this world has a freedom to disturb our peace of mind. Try it, give it a try. You have learned the Bhagavad-Gita Yoga. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.